HS2 was confirmed today and will reach Birmingham, where the Conservatives made considerable gains at the election in around a decade's time. After that, in another 10 years, it should reach Manchester and Leeds. Our political editor, Beth Rigby, reports.
Blimey, it looks like Pompeii. Fantastic.
A Prime Minister looking to make history. He promised to build a bright future for Brexit Britain. On a site visit to Birmingham today to see how this groundbreaking superfast rail line fits into his grand design.
I had to get on the slow train from Mars.
That made the case for HS2.
Yeah,
that's why.
Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo.
It's taken a long time for this train to get moving, but now it's full steam ahead. The Cabinet called in to rubber stamp the decision. Behind closed doors, ministers have been arguing over HS2 for months. But in the end, the Prime Minister decided cancelling the biggest infrastructure project in Europe did not fit his big build brand. Isn't it harder to pull the plug than to keep going on it?
Well, I don't want to keep you on sort of tenterhooks for too long, but you won't have long to wait. But I can tell you that this government believes in building infrastructure to level up the country.
Scaling up the ambition too, the PM to the Commons to announce a dazzling array of measures. From local roads to high-speed rail, the entire transport network in his sight.
We cannot make these improvements in isolation from one another, because we'll only be doing half the job. We will not fix the great musculoskeletal problem of UK transport. Yes, we must fix the joint between the knee bone and the thigh bone and the shin bone and the ankle bone. And yes, we must fix the arthritis in the fingers and the toes. But we also have to fix the spine.
Money for buses, bike lanes, better roads, regional rail, HS2, the backbone of his grand scheme.
We are going to get this done.
No, he won't, says Labour.
People in those regions to whom he promised so much in the general election are going to be sorely disappointed.
And on his own benches, concerns over the spiralling costs. Do you think he's just being profligate with the public finances?
Well, I do worry that the only chance the Labour Party have of getting into government anytime soon is if we were to spend too much money. Government borrowing interest rates went up. That filters through to mortgages and business loans, and we crash the economy.
The major work's already underway in London. The PM not the architect of this project, but it fits his ambition for Brexit Britain. Another gamble he hopes will pay off. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.
So HS2 aims to connect London, the West Midlands, Manchester and Leeds through a high-speed rail network. After spiralling projected costs, Boris Johnson is appointing a minister to supervise the project full-time. HS2 will have 3 phases. Today, the PM confirmed the first of those, this green line between London and Birmingham, which will cost in the region of £35 to £45 billion, with the company upgrading Euston Station being replaced to curb some of those costs. Phase 2A will extend the line to Crewe and is due to open at the same time as the route to Birmingham. And Phase 2B, the Red Line, will run from Crewe to Manchester and Birmingham to Leeds. But before this phase goes ahead, the Prime Minister will consider how it will work with the Northern Powerhouse rail line, which will connect Leeds and Manchester. Our business correspondent, Paul Kelso, travelled the route to look at the likely impact that HS2 could have on the places it reaches.
No matter how deep the hole HS2 was in, they kept on digging at Birmingham Curzon Street, where, sometime in the next 15 years, they'll welcome the first trains.
So where we stand right here today will be the far eastern end of the station. We have a job to do, we're moving forwards, we're working on it. It's a great time, a great opportunity for Birmingham.
The green light for HS2 brings Birmingham less than an hour from London and closer to a predicted rush of investment. But if the full benefits of the £100 billion project are to be realised, it will have to unlock opportunities north of here.
HS2 began with a promise of speed, cutting journey times from London to the Midlands, Leeds and Manchester. But it also offers new capacity, easing congestion on overcrowded lines like this one.
A new government with new priorities has another reason to proceed. A promise to rebalance the economy north, to places like Towton, near Nottingham.
Everything you can see here will be completely transformed.
The cost of the northern legs will be reviewed, but the canal and sidings will be overlooked by HS2's East Midlands hub, and in time, a science and business park and thousands of new homes and jobs.
For far too long we have been the forgotten corner of the world, and it's time we were connected to the rest of it. We've fed you, we've clothed you, we've provided electricity for you, and we've given you gravel for your roads and aggregate for your roads. It's time we had our share of the National Fund.
Barton Bespoke designs and makes furniture sold around the world. One of scores of companies here that hope they'll benefit from faster links north and south. Designer Kate commutes 3 times a week from London.
This is a massive manufacturing area. A lot of those clients are in London, and to be able to reach a wider audience and, you know, grow businesses that really give people jobs in such important skills in this country, I think is really important.
Leeds will be the end of the HS2 line, though it might be 20 years before it gets here. And a new agency will oversee connections and investment in local transport links.
Look at the state of the NHS, look at the police force. Why can't we invest more money in things like those that are more important?
Yeah, I'll probably be retired or dead by the time it happens, but, you know, there we are.
HS2 became a question not of whether we can afford to build it, but whether we can afford not to. The costs and benefits won't be clear for decades. Paul Kelso, Sky News in Leeds.